Hello, welcome to the ITL. Well, this is actually I'd like to thank Dante Fox for this. Actually, ITL is actually what I'm going to be talking about this weekend. Dante Fox earlier this week had actually mentioned the short problem on his motorcycle, the 2009 KLR650. The goat had that same problem back whenever I first got it. Matter of fact, it drove Navy Thomas 8 crazy the whole time he was experiencing it because he couldn't find the problem. It's not actually a hard thing to diagnose. First place, just if you're blowing a fuse when you hit the high beam, this will cause it. But what I would do to basically weed down, thank you for the sirens, guys. What you weed it out is to basically, if the bike's dry, I'd go ahead and unplug the headlights. Flip it. If it pops whenever the headlights are unplugged, then the problem's more than likely at your switch or around that area. But what I ended up doing was removing the whole front fairing, following the wiring harness down along past the headlights, so where it goes down by the triple tree necks. And I removed the harness material along the harness, so that it has to get to the individual wires. Then from there, I just basically, you can use different meters and stuff to do this. If you don't have them, it's easily done without them. Basically, you follow the wires from the headlight down through, and you can take a look at them. If they're charred, if they're broken, cracked, more than likely that's going to be the problem area. If you don't happen to see that, all you really have to do is go along through and pinch the wires with your first finger, your middle finger, and your thumb. Just slightly pinch down through. You'll hit, more than likely you're going to hit a tough spot where you're not going to be able to just slightly bend it down through. That is normally going to be your area. While you're pinching it, you'll feel a crackle, like you're breaking like little twigs between your finger, and you normally can actually hear the cracking also. So basically, you use three out of your three senses that you have to diagnose it. You don't need the meters. Now, if you don't find it, then it's time to pull the meters out if you have them. I learned how to do this while being on a road, what was called working on the tractor trailers in a field. I couldn't have my meters all the time on me. I couldn't have all the fancy equipment all the time on me whenever I was called out to work on a tractor trailer because the lights ain't working and they got pulled over by a DOT or whatever. And so I had to learn on my own to figure out, okay, how do I figure this out? Now, once I got figured out, they figured out that Mike was good, Mike was fast at this. Basically, it seemed like that's all I basically did for the longest time, which, in hindsight, was a mistake. But yeah, it's not hard. Normally, it's right down on right the frame as the harness goes right before the harness goes underneath the tank. And what I end up doing is you'll probably find a section, maybe an inch, that's bad. It's all corroded inside. And I never really did find out exactly where the one was shorted out, so I just coated the wires out of chance that it wouldn't bother it. Well, I did end up cutting the wire that was bad. I cut about 2.5 inches on each side of it, and I looked at it to make sure there was no corrosion inside past where I cut it. And then I just took a equally sized wire and spliced it in. Now the splicing, that's up to you. I can tell you the right way of doing it, but everybody has their ways. I prefer using heat shrink. I prefer soldering, and I also go over the heat shrink with what's called liquid electrical tape just to seal the ends off. You don't have to use a liquid tape. You could use a little bit of like a gasket sealer or something on the ends, and that would work. But I prefer just to use liquid tape. It has a little brush. You coat it on there. You let it dry, and it's done. I did the repair on the goat while I was at the Buckeye Boys Clubhouse. It was I believe it was like 2, maybe 3 years ago, and it didn't take me long. Once I found out where it was, I had it fixed in no time. Now I did have the scramblers for wire, and the Buckeye Boys actually let me go through their old used wire, which I was able to find a nice good piece and fix it. Is it color coded? No, I don't worry about that. Not whenever it comes to just splicing and repairing short little sections. But I mean, this is a common section for the problem with it, as I know of, for the 2009 KLR650. It could be in other years of that make and brand of motorcycle. I'm not too sure how far out it goes, but I mean, this problem could be in any bike at all, and it's not hard to fix. Once you find out where it's at, you kind of go, duh, you know. But this is MuzzleMike. I figured I'd give this a little bit of a quick tip on how to diagnose this blowing fuse when you hit the high beam switch on a KLR650, 2009 KLR650. It's MuzzleMike signing out. Have a great week, guys.